Eskom's CEO André de Ruyter has indeed resigned. We're now joined in studio by SABC Economics news editor Tshepo Mongoai. Tshepo, thanks very much for being with us here in studio. Let's start off then, Tshepo, with your reaction to the news. Certainly, there've been growing calls, whether it is from South Africans or various quarters, in fact, calling for his resignation. What do you make of it?
Well, I mean, stories like that, like this, move very, very fast. I think the reality is you still have people within Eskom who are not aware, even some board members who are in the dark. You have those who, are kind of aware of it. Yeah. So the deliberations are still happening. You may find that indeed, the letter has been received and the board must actually sit and deliberate on this. And then in terms of the process, they have to inform the Minister of Public Enterprises that indeed this has happened. It's still early. But there are signs that indeed this has happened. So we will watch between the space and see indeed what is going to be a communication that comes through in terms of this. But I think we should expect some clarity and further information relating to this very
I
soon.
see that reports are quite cautious on this particular issue, and you mentioned the fact that the Minister of Public Enterprises, Pravin Gordhan, still has to kind of accept this particular resignation. Is there a sense that the minister might actually reject the resignation, and we might get something new maybe tomorrow? But what is the sense?
It's very possible. I mean, the implications and what may come out of this resignation would be quite drastic for the power utility. They are at a very sensitive time where there are a lot of negotiations with creditors, and those negotiations are at a very sensitive stage, especially with regard to the debt issue. And once you remove the CEO, it actually raises eyebrows, especially among creditors, if indeed this is going to be a right thing to do, where they need to move some of the debt to government. So you may see that it's a reversal, a completely different statement coming out, because it's a very serious issue for the country as a whole. Given the significance of Eskom and the debt that is in the hands of banks. So that needs to be handled with a lot of caution.
Yeah, as one of our editors here at SABC, would you say that this resignation came as a surprise to you? Generally, when someone in such a big position is about to resign, there would be murmurs, and we'd certainly be hearing about it to the date that it's actually, in fact, put out to the public. Do you think that in this particular case, maybe he was pushed, or did he himself just decide to jump before he was pushed?
Well, there's no question that he's been working under tremendous pressure. The board that appointed him has left. He's now with a new board. I'm sure there are certain expectations and demand. And I mean, Andre came in and he actually was willing and volunteered to work, and he left SAPI, where I'm sure he was earning way more than what he's getting now. And there's been mixed messages within government in terms of his support. There's been calls for his removals, and I'm sure even with his meetings with government, there's been a lot of frustration that he has experienced in terms of what he needs to do. But what is important for now is his relationship with the current board, and if indeed he has left, that says a lot about the relationship that he has with the new board that is just being put in place.
Certainly a developing story. What more are you expecting out of this, as certainly we are covering this and we're getting information, we're waiting for information as it is. What are you expecting, of course, as you are on that desk?
No, absolutely. We will get some clarity in terms of government position on this. As I say, it's a developing story, and I'm sure powers that being in government will actually attend to this urgently, identify the risk, and I'm sure National Treasury will come on board and handle the situation, and the decision will be in the best interest of the country, and it can go either way.
All right, thanks very much to you. Tshepo Mongoai is SABC News senior economics editor here at SABC. Thanks very much to you.